Salutations, Stones Nation. Welcome back to the show.
Greetings.
Welcome to the video after you watch the review, or the quick review, non-spoiler. But guess what, guys? This is a spoiler talk. If you've not seen the movie,
what's wrong with you?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Shoo.
But go right now to the theater. Get out your Atom app on your phone and go see Us. It's a modern day classic from the...
Reserve your seat.
From this generation's...
If you're at home watching video, go get a ticket. Go right now.
Go.
Get out of here. Go watch it.
We'll be here. Just come back.
When this hand comes down, it's spoiler time, all right?
Dun, dun, dun.
3, 2, 1. Spoilers! Everyone dies. I'm just
kidding. Man. Yeah, but it's...
I'm just kidding. No, not everyone dies. But, man, where do we even begin on this one?
I'm telling you, he starts out with the flavor and the throwback to the 80s, which seems to be totally in vogue. And when they panned that video shelf and they showed movies like Chud and Goonies and some of these other things on the wall.
And the Red Hearts, handhold across America.
The most 80s thing to happen in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I mean, he kind of hints to stuff, but you don't know what he's hinting to. But it's there. I like that.
Not even a hint. You just look and go, "Huh? He's trying to capture a theme. Okay, this is what's going on." No, you'll see it later. Yeah. Holy crap! I don't know how he got the idea.
I mean, and so many things about the scene where it starts out with the young Napita Luonga child as a child and her mother and father. Just so many things felt real. Mm-hmm. And they have little Easter eggs that are in the movie that are fun. I don't know if you guys caught it, but at one point the mother says to the father, they're filming a movie over by the Ferris wheel. And that was a throwback to the movie when they filmed Lost Boys at about that time, 1986, at Santa Clara Beach and Festival. So that was kind of neat. I mean, he was putting in all kinds of little Easter eggs here and there.
Yeah, a little Easter egg with the Goonies.
Shirts, things like that. Oh, yeah. Everything.
Yeah. And now, after the family's introduced, or the shadow versions, or, the clone versions.
Oh.
After they're introduced, and you go, okay, this is what we see in the trailer. This is very much about them. I don't know what's so important about these guys, whatever. And you're watching, and then they go to the neighbor's house, and then the neighbors, they just die. And you go, the second that happened, I was like, okay, hold up. This is an organized attack. I don't know on what scale this is. I don't know if this is like, United States scale. I don't know if this is a neighborhood scale. But something big is going on. It's not just them. It's going to be happening with a bunch of people. And I didn't know it was an organized attack. I thought maybe it was like the day of the shadow people to come out. Like, it was this there.
Well, that's it. I mean, they had the the opening set up with the mirrors, the crazy mirrors. And so you go, okay, this is why this little girl, this person is tied to these shadow evil doppelgangers. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, that other family gets wiped out. And you're like, okay, now what's happening? Because none of those people knew about the mirrors.
Yeah. And they also died really quick, within seconds. Like, within 2-3 seconds, the whole film got executed. And you're like, okay, that's not going with the lore, I guess, whatever's established. Because this other family's like dragging the father out to the boat. The mom sitting with, the clone of herself. The son going to the closet. Yeah. And the daughter's told to run and chase after him. So you're like, okay, they're more methodical and they're really savoring what's the difference. And the difference is because, the mother has been planning this for a long time. It's very personal for her. And everyone else is just kind of getting out and getting their kills in and becoming that person. Like, they just want to, And there's a reason why she's the only one that can talk normal, somewhat normal.
Somewhat normal.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so she's talking. Maybe it's just, you don't know why she's the only one talking. And he explains why she's the only one that can talk and how her voice is like this, and she can't talk like anything else.
Well, this is the spoiler. We can say why she can talk.
In case anyone waited this long. Yeah, no, her voice got crushed.
Oh, man, it was good. I mean, the twist at the end helped. Well, not the final twist, but the twist right before the end where she's going down that staircase looking for the shadow person that took her. And I'm going, how does she know about that staircase? How does she know what she's doing? Where is she going? This don't make sense. And fortunately, he clears that up because you realize she's been there before.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she knew where the tunnel was.
Yeah, and now with the rabbits, people, yes, they were a food source. I feel like Jordan Peele had some kind of meaning behind those rabbits, some kind of more deeper meaning. I don't know quite what that was.
And where do the tethered shadow people shop that they can buy all the exact same orange jumpsuits, sandals, and all the other accoutrements they
The
needed?
rabbits made them. They had the rabbits in the clothes shop just knocking them out. That's what the rabbits were for. Yeah, and then you find out the big twist, and they show the full clip at the beginning after she sees her twin. She turns around, face freaks out, and the shadow twin grabs her and chokes her out.
Which is why she can talk, but she's raspy because her throat got hurt.
And you could hear a little crunch there, so they make it audibly obvious that, like, she had some damage right then, and she's knocked down. She gets dragged down there and left. And then she comes back up, and that's why she's so quiet. She doesn't know how to speak freaking English.
And then when the quote unquote real little mother chokes out the tethered one, she made that little sound like the other ones had done, and I thought, well, that was bad acting, maybe, or maybe that's just her little thing she does. Yeah. And then you realize, no, that was perfect because
perfect acting.
She was one of those tethered people. She was the other ones, and she had switched places.
Yeah.
So that was. Then that's fun when you think, okay, he's got a plot hole there, and then all of a sudden it just seals right up, and you go, oh, nice writing.
And right at the end.
Right at the end.
I mean, besides the line of people holding hands that you see going over the hills and whatnot. Yeah, so they kind of achieve their goal and make a statement that they're there and that they're real. The son looks over at the mom and is just kind of like...
And he seems...
kind of knows.
You feel that. Because he was down there, and he may have seen the interaction between the two. And the fact that he probably picked up on all the same clues we did.
Yeah, I feel like he knows, but at the same time, what can you do?
I mean,
that is your biological mom.
It's not like this mom was replaced. This is his real mom. She raised him. So boom.
I mean, yes, it's jacked up, but can you knock her for wanting this life? I mean, the life compared down there kind of sucked. So, I mean,
because she got good food, and I had to eat cold rabbit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this whole scene when they're showing like the what the clones do to reenact what the people on the land do. Like the roller coaster, everyone's standing in the doorway going, doing their thing, and they're playing the beating. The father's playing the whack-a-mole game, and the guy's sitting up against walls punching different tiles on the wall. And wow. Yeah, it's just weird. It's very.
But it was fun weird, and it was so off-putting. I'm sitting there at the beginning trying to figure out, what would I do in that situation? But he created an odd enough situation that you really don't know what you want to do.
Yeah. Now, did they say it was like a government-created experiment?
Yeah, they said they were trying to. It was going to be some kind of controlling thing where they would duplicate people and then somehow control them, but the duplicates didn't have souls, so they were tethered, but they weren't. But the little girl through
soul, I mean,
right. But the little girl through dance and art, I guess, found her soul.
Well, I mean, yeah. At that point, they were like, "Oh, she's chosen one because she can actually do something other than mumble and pretend to do something."
Now, this is my one little gripe. Why didn't that little girl get out of there? I mean, I know she was chained at first, but at some point she was unchained. Why didn't she run the heck out of there? That's my only little...
But, I mean, at the same time, she was knocked out for the whole process of going down. Maybe she didn't know how to get out.
Okay.
If it was an older version of her, I can see her completely trying to get out. But since she's so young, didn't know how she got down there, she kind of just...
And how did... She says in the movie, during the dance, when they were both dancing, that's when she realized that she could get out And that's when all the other people realized that she would be able to lead them out. But what about that? See, they weren't real clear about that. I don't know. If you have a theory on that one, let me know. Put it in the comments.
Yeah, I guess maybe she just stood out above the rest a little, way more than what they're used to. I don't know. Yeah,
maybe because she was just learning the dance, she may have been better at dance than the tethered one in the real world, and maybe the other ones realized that. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Cold Rabbit.
When you create a story that, original and, just deeply woven in itself, I don't know. It's hard to...
But that's what's fun about it.
Comprehend all the stuff about it, but yeah.
Jordan Peele did a great job. I mean, it's so well written. So the layers, and he shows you the things he drew off of. So he's not hiding it, but he didn't just copy it. He drew off certain lines or had certain homages. Like the thing, the Chud, which stands for cannibalistic humans, underground dwellers or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And then he does a reverse on the Goonies line about the Goonies say, it's our time to down here. And the Shadow, the Tether ones say, it's our time up here. Little things like that, little homages, which is fun when it's done right. It's really, and the acting, oh my goodness. The whole family.
That's not a spoiler. It's just, we have to say it twice.
Just have to say it a zillion times. I mean,
but the White family, when they had, I couldn't say this in the review, obviously, but the White family, when they had their shadow clones come up, their shadow versions were really good. The daughter's freaky. The mom, really creepy. And the father was, after he received a little brain damage. He was even more, out there than he was originally come, which are not that smart.
But I mean, Lupita freaked me out. I mean, I guess I've never caught on to how good an actress she was until I saw her playing two diametrically opposed characters in the same scene. And Winston Duke, I'd seen him before on some other shows like Persons of Interest and of course in Black Panther, and he was good. But he did great in this. The two children, sometimes the child actors hold things down. The daughter
was creepy.
Was super creepy.
Yeah.
Apparently she got... Jordan Peele gave her the advice at the audition that this little girl had been born laughing, so she was always hyper grinning. And she played it that way, so freaky and so different that it's funny. I said to him afterward, if they told me those weren't the same actresses, I would have believed it because she played the one character so freaky, scary, evil grin, and then played it as such a normal little girl. I was like, whoa, it's trippy. I
mean, if I had to pick a weak character or the weakest character, I'd say the son.
Really?
I didn't find his 7-year-old motive, or however old he was. I didn't find his motivations to be like that. I mean, no, he was still great. If I had to pick the weakest of the bunch, because they were all great, but I didn't know at first that he was actually playing his doppelganger, but he actually wasn't. His doppelganger was so different. I mean, maybe it was different with the mask on, but when he took the mask off, they had the makeup for the burn or whatever, face, but it was still him. You could still tell. Unless they got something to look dead on. If that's the case, you can throw everything I just said out.
But the one thing that this is not a hole in the plot, but I didn't understand why they kept doing the payoff where he kept flipping that little ring.
Yeah.
I guess it was some sort of ring that was supposed to be like a cigarette lighter, so you're supposed to flip it in a little fire, and that was the magic trick of it. But I agreed with his sister when she said, why don't you tell us what that trick is supposed to do, and maybe we can imagine it.
Yeah. It's got some good fun moments, but the funny moments don't compromise the horror or the intense moments. It's not a joke right now. Your family getting murdered.
But it's such up because you feel like every family that's gone on vacation can empathize with different parts of it and can see that that's a real family. So that makes it scarier because, if they were too stupid, you'd be going, oh, well, nobody goes on vacation like that. But this is like a regular family, so it could be our family. Your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, great movie.
What did you think? What were some of your favorite little bits? What are some of the parts that bugged you? Do you have answers for some of the things that we didn't catch?
Do you know what the rabbits are? Please let me
what's
know.
with the rabbits?
I want to know what the rabbits mean.
Were they just a source of protein for the tethered people? Or
you have a weird thing for rabbits.
Yeah, or is that some kind of cloning, allegory or whatever.
Take rabbits and then use the rabbits to clone humans.
Well, there were all these different white and brown rabbits, and there was that one black one in the middle. What was that about? I don't understand.
It's probably symbolic.
Yeah, something.
But maybe the black rabbit represents the daughter being switched over. She's the different.
Oh,
one
not like the one. Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Figuring out.
We may have just figured something out live. We're going to change the name of this to Jones Boys Present
spoilers.
So anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like the video, if you want to have a discussion, hit us up in the comments. Please leave all the spoiler discussions for these comments. Don't go to the other one, obviously. But let's talk it out. Let's discuss.
It's fun.
Of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about all the good stuff down below. Do you agree with how much we like this movie, or did you find something to nitpick about or something? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
And when we tweet, we're going to tweet some of our theories out. Add your theory to it and retweet it out after that, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Jones Boys Review.
And don't forget to like.
Hit a like.
Or dislike if you don't. Whatever. Boom. Subscribe, hit the bell, and until the next one, adios, nation.
Peace.